So today I woke up to this absolutely beautiful blue sky, and I knew I had to go out and do some painting. So I decided to come to one of my favorite spots. I've painted here a couple times before, but with it being so warm out, I kind of wanted to come back and try it again. And I had something a little bit different this time. I got this 6 by 18, I want to say. Yeah, it was like a 6 by 18 watercolor paper that I really wanted to try, and I felt like that would be really good here because you can see the little house on the back over there, and then it's a whole just wide scene. And I was lucky because on the other side there was this kind of tiny little boat you'll see in a little bit. So it gave me a focal point, and then it also gave me an anchor on the other side, so it can lead your eye across the painting, which I that was just lucky. Sometimes you get lucky. I started in with like a really rough sketch of what I wanted it to look like. I spoke about the style that I've been playing around with in my last video. I've been having a little bit more fun with it, bringing in some of that kind of more cartoonish look to my architecture, and then going in with ink and then finishing it off with watercolor. I try to stay pretty loose when I'm sketching, especially in all the trees and everything, because I know when I start painting, I want the paint to actually do a lot of the shape building, and then when I'm doing the boat or that little house, then I can get a little bit more detailed with the sketch. But in the pencils, I still try to stay pretty loose. I'm gonna do that with the inks anyway, so might as well just kind of have some fun with it, you know? So this is me setting up now for me to start inking and painting. I usually bring the board back down to a almost flat or flat position, depending on where I am. That way I can control the paint a little bit better, and it's also really easy to just ink in this position. Usually when I'm drawing, I kind of like having it up closer at my eye level. That way I can, just rapidly move my eye back and forth between what I'm drawing and what I'm looking at. But here I'm just doing some inks, and you'll see me kind of add a little bit of line weight right there. I do that with a lot of my illustration work, and I've noticed I've been doing that with some of my plein air stuff too. I think it just kind of gives it a little bit extra style. I don't know, I like it, kind of looks cool. Also, this paper was fun to work on. It was my first time working on this. It's like an in-between before. Yeah, it's an in-between before. It's an in-between between yeah, a hot press and a cold press paper. It's it's good for drawing and sketching, but then it's also really good for painting. And I completely forgot the name of the paper, but the cover is going to show up again. I could look. The sketch pad is pretty close by to me, but I'm not going to. I'll wait. We'll all wait. We can wait together. We'll find out at the end of the video. Maybe. Also, at like this point, somebody had offered to buy this from me, and it wasn't even done yet. Like somebody that was just walking their dog. They're like, "Oh, this is cool. I never see anybody painting here. Can I buy that from you?" And I was like, "Sure," but I'm not, done yet. She took my card, so here's to hoping. Um, yeah, that was pretty cool. And hopefully she's pleasantly surprised when she sees this on like my Instagram or something. Cause she never even saw it painted. She just saw the um the sketched out version. Sketched out. The drawn or the I don't know. But yeah, so I began painting it. I was just trying to get a lot of that green in there. There's so much green. I forgot how much green there is in the world after 37 months of winter. And you see me kind of move the paint around with my finger and just trying to figure out where everything goes. This is why I keep my sketches pretty loose, my pencil sketches at least. That way, now when I start painting with the greens, I can just start creating the tree shapes and everything with my paintbrush. It's a lot of figuring it out, and maybe it would be easier if I just, drew everything in, but yeah, what's the fun in that? Here I can kind of build things and add color and just kind of play around and move paint around. A lot of people are afraid of watercolor because of this. Like, it can be very unforgiving, but in the same time, like, it's paint on a piece of paper. If I really don't like the end result, it was a good learning experience, and I can, you know, store it somewhere where I'll never see it again, and or throw it away or something. I don't know. And I would just make a new one. It was good practice. But if I like it, maybe I can keep it or sell it or give it to someone. Um, yeah. And so it's a good way to learn. Just push color around, see what happens. Add more color here, take away there. Um, it's surprisingly forgiving. I mean, you saw me kind of just moving it around with my finger. You can remove it with, paper towel, and that's a loud car. You can also add, more paint on top of it. If you do kind of a light wash to begin with, you can add darker washes and like this, and then it kind of, erases some of that bottom part. So yeah, you can do a lot with watercolor. This is another example of it. I'm gonna just be adding a little bit of that darker blue, and then I'll go in and just move the paint around with my finger and get kind of a dry brush effect. And you'll see me do this a couple of times. I'll do it there, I'll do it here, and it kind of gives that cool, like, reflecting light off of the water. And then, add a little bit more dirt here and there. Now we're kind of just going in with some of the details, adding a couple little branches here and there, and putting the shadow on the windows. I didn't want to do anything too crazy or add too much detail in this, um, partly because it was already almost a 3 hour painting at this point, and I have a life. I want to do other things. I need coffee. I gotta get back to work. It was getting hot. I like these little grass that I added here. Grasses, grass side, and the splatter too. Give it a little bit of texture. I think these were fun. Yeah. And that's the painting. I kind of, yeah, I like the way it came out. It came out pretty, loose and fun. It was detailed where I wanted it to be. The shadow on this side, maybe a little muddy. I don't know, but I don't know. I liked it. It came out pretty good. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you like and subscribe. And oh yeah, Strathmore watercolor paper, 6 by 18, and I definitely recommend it. And yeah, I told you guys, I got you. At least by the end of the video. And thank you for watching. And I'll see you in the next one.